My name is David Mitchell. I'm here to present on our annual Bike and Pedestrian Count program. It's something that we do every fall. We've picked October. That tends to be the region's highest expected ridership period for several reasons. One, school startup happens in the fall. The weather's cooling. We have recreational riders training for El Tour de Tucson. And it's also a very common destination for people to travel in the fall. So we get a good mix of riders on our network, and have observed data that shows that October is one of our highest months. So that's why we pick October. We do morning counts on weekdays and weekends, but we also do afternoon counts on the weekdays. And the reason for that is we're trying to capture on the weekdays the peak ridership of our bike riders, the ridership during our peak commute times for automobiles. So that's why we have count times at 7 to 9 a.m. and 4 to 6 p.m. On the weekdays. We're trying to collect the commuter, the utility riders of our region. And then we also capture high counts of recreational riders on our weekend morning counts. Those are 3-hour shifts that go from 7 to 10. Volunteers perform most of the counts. The highest level of participation was around 80%, give you of the man hours required. The pedestrian count, everything's done manually. Their volunteers will stand at the site and tally their observations on a paper sheet and turn those in for our staff to enter into our databases. For most part, we're just collecting bicycle characteristics. So we're looking at helmet usage, riding in the wrong direction, riding on sidewalks, also the approach direction. But as far as pedestrians, all we're doing is counting numbers at the location, so we can get a kind of an idea of the frequency and the sheer amount of pedestrians at a location during the peak commute times. So the locations, each season they're predetermined. They do kind of change from year to year, but for the most part, we have a set of core locations. So these are the ones that we've been counting the same year since the program inception, and that allows us to do a good regional analysis of our bike riders and kind of create a regional profile, if you will. Total, we're looking at 50 to 60 sites is what we typically get. Those include weekend and weekday. So and the locations are region-wide. We count in unincorporated Pima County. We're down in Sahuarita and Oro Valley, Marana. We have most of them concentrated around the metro area, because that's where most of the riders are occurring, but we can certainly accommodate any requests throughout the region. We have them at intersections of major and minor arterials, especially if they're intersecting or along any bike routes or bike facilities. We look at areas of activity centers, such as around U of A campus, downtown, along major transit corridors, that kind of thing. And then access points like the Loop.